for a long time.
Likewise. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I'm sorry I took last week off, but I'm so happy to be here with everybody. We have the wonderful Lori from the Way of Positive Change joining us
Oh,
today.
that's so sweet. Yes,
I'm
I've
very
wanted to
excited
meet
to
you.
read together.
I've been wanting to meet you for so long. We've been going back and forth in each
Hmm.
other's chats, but we've both been sick, and
Yeah,
you're feeling better. I'm still squirrely. I'm still looking like a squirrel. The prednisone still made me swollen, but I'm happy. I'm glad to be back, and we're gonna roll with it.
yeah. Did you you took some time off too?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had to as well. But I am feeling a lot better. Um, Obviously, you're feeling better, or we would have probably rescheduled this. So I've heard a lot of people are, getting sick right now, and I just think the energy is just so like it's like energetic whiplash. It's like all over the place. It's been pretty crazy. I think the last few weeks, especially.
Yeah, well, we talked about you take care of your niece, and then I take
Hmm.
care of my granddaughter. And if they get sick, then yours is you said kindergarten age. Mine's not even kindergarten age. She's only 2,
Oh
and
yeah.
so when they get around the other, oh boy, when they start to come down with it, and then you're already like, oh my God, I'm already here,
Hmm.
and then they're already sick, and you're like, oh no, oh no.
Right. Well, like I said, I've had my niece since I think beginning of July, and I've been sick 3 times since then. And she just started school. The first week in school, she got sick. So.
Yeah. And that's what happens, especially when
Hmm.
they first start school. I mean that's really, the germs just fly.
Yeah. She's
And you
taking
think
some
you've
airborne every day now. You gotta have a little airborne gummy. Try to boost that immune system a little bit, being around all those kids.
it's just going to happen until you're through it.
Yeah.
Until you're through it all, and you'll even go through COVID. Has she had COVID? Do you know?
Not that I know of. No. I actually was wondering if maybe that's what it was. I took 2 COVID tests. They both came back negative. But I was starting to get laryngitis, and when I had it in the past, I normally don't get laryngitis when I have a cold, but when I had COVID in the past, I would get it because I've had it 2 times that I've
Oh
known
my
of.
goodness, I didn't know
So I
that.
wonder if it might have been COVID, but my tests were coming back negative. So
Okay. Wow. Well, let's just pray that we go forward and we're going to be
yeah,
okay. All right. What are we
all
going
right.
to read on today?
So
Hello,
we're gonna do.
everyone in the chat. I've missed you guys so bad.
Me too. We're gonna do some political and current event questions. I know Lori has some questions from her subscribers, so we'll kind of go back and forth. If you want to submit a question to look at, go ahead and write it in all caps with a couple heart emojis, and I'll try to get as many starred as possible. Is there anything that you want to read to start off? I know we were talking about, um, to Satan and shipping some of those migrants to Massachusetts.
I
And
want
Apple's
to know
been
if
doing it
he,
for a while too, I think.
yeah, because he didn't even, like, they didn't even come to Florida. You know that, right?
Mm.
Like, he took them from Texas.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they didn't travel to Florida. He took them from
Mm.
there. And then, so I want to know if this is his step too far. If this if this is what uh, takes him down, because there's a lot
Mm.
of Venezuelan immigrants in South Florida and Miami, and
Yeah.
they're very angry. So let's look to see, is this DeSatan's step too far?
Yeah. Miss the Orchid's Garden kind of posted a similar question, so I'll just post it up there. Um, yeah, I think it was obviously him and Abbott, and I'm sure others. It's just a political stunt. What I find really funny about the whole thing is how upset Trump is that he didn't that DeSantis is getting all this attention and taking it away from him because we know that he wants to run in 2024, so he's not very happy about it. And I actually feel like Trump is going to start throwing some punches at DeSantis. as well. No, it's a
Well,
little
we'll have to take a look at that because there's going to be a pin in the DeSantis balloon. I just have to figure out what
Yeah.
day it happens. So is this the pin in the balloon? DeSantis.
I've often felt too, DeSantis is going to get caught up with the Gaetz scandal when that comes out as well. But I see that this is not something that he's going to be able to walk away from easily. The stunt that he did.
Joel Greenberg, is that his name? Greenberg, the tax collector from Osceola County. He's going to jail December 1st, I think. He goes in. And then once he goes in, then the subpoenas can come for Gaetz and the rest of them. So that's going to be a huge thing.
Yeah.
And I think you're right that DeSantis will get involved in that. Okay, so I get that there's going to be a charge about the money and where the money came from with this. The money that came from shipping the people, the travel. And it's coming very quickly, a big charge. And I think there's going to be a paper indictment, something written.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What do you have?
I'm throwing right now. Ooh. Yeah, I'm getting something with money too. The 10 of Cups is coming in as a signifier. Often for me, I kind of think of the family, the Republican family with this card is how I've read it in the past. And we have this is the 9 of Swords. So feeling very restricted and trapped. This stunt that they did, it's not just DeSantis. There's others involved that are going to be stuck by this. High Priestess. So more information coming out about this, having to do with money. So more things being uncovered about the money. That I'm sure that they probably have money that they use government money to do this stunt. And then we have the 8 of Swords in their future. So yeah, there is some kind of trouble coming in for them, possibly indictment. But yeah, they're feeling very restricted and trapped by this. They thought that, we have the 7 of Cups at the bottom. So not really thinking everything through and, being kind of delusional with their thinking. But yeah, I see that there's definitely repercussions coming for this. I feel like they're going to be indicted and it's going to be even more investigated, more things coming out about this.
And it will happen very quickly. I think.
Yeah, I feel that's going to be quick.
Yeah. This happens really quick. Now, you're mostly using the Morgan Greer, right?
I like to use the Morgan Greer. Yeah. I don't remember what this deck is.
That's a Morgan Greer.
This one?
Oh, no, that's the Druid Craft.
I think it's Celtic something.
Celtic Druid Craft?
It's Mythic Tarot.
Oh, Mythic. Yeah. Oh, I love Mythic. Yeah.
I like using the deck of oppositions for some of the dark reads. I don't typically read with reversals, but it's kind of dark on one side and light on the other. So I like this for political. I like my Arcanum deck. Those are the ones I typically will use the most.
Yeah, when I teach, I tell people that if they don't want to use the regular
Rider-Waite
or Rider-Waite, to get the Mythic, because you can read the workbook and it goes in a story. So it goes from Greek mythic story, so it's very easy to remember.
Yeah.
So
and I think they're very detailed, the Mythic Tarot, similar to like the Rider-Waite, where it's not like just like a vague card. There's multiple different things that you can pick out on it.
Yeah, I agree. That's cool. All
Right.
right, where are we going next? Everybody wants to know, is Matt Gaetz involved with DeSantis? Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely a connection there.
Yeah.
But I do feel like that you were saying that uh, the one guy will be sentenced and probably go to jail at the end of the year because
Yeah,
I don't think it's going to happen before the midterms. But
no, he's Joel Greenberg, the tax collector that got all the indictments and sentence. He goes, I think, December 1st. And then
okay,
everything will happen after that because they kept moving his sentencing and his time to go to prison further back, further back, further back.
hmm
And then now they've said specifically like December 1st. So
yeah, because
I don't know what's going to
something,
happen with Gaetz with his
mhm,
election and whatever, because whatever happens, he's going. I mean,
yeah, he's
he's
going.
gone. He's done.
He's spending some time behind bars. I feel very strongly.
Yeah.
Um, and I picked up the Gates stuff when the stories started happening. I think last summer, not this last summer, the summer before, and there was a lot of energy around Gates, and something happened to postpone that. But I do feel like it is starting to come back in here shortly. All right.
I didn't really, I didn't realize how much DeSantis and Gates knew each other in the House and in Congress before DeSantis ran for governor. I didn't realize how much he had Gates pick out every single cabinet member for him. I didn't
Wow.
understand how huge their relationship was until recently. So there's
Yeah.
no way that he didn't understand what was happening or what was going on. There just isn't any way.
I think there's a connection between Gates' father and DeSantis. I was just picking that up as you were talking. Um, yeah, because I never put two and two together either. I definitely felt like the scandal, they were going to be close tied to it. But everybody in the chat's so sweet, saying that they're glad that we're feeling better.
We're both feeling better.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What do you want to look at now? You want to look at Gates or do you want to look at?
We can look at Gates. I haven't looked at him in a while. He's not my favorite person to read on, but we can definitely see what's going on with him
Let's see if his ship sinks, if his battleship sinks by the end of 2022.
by the end of 2022. Okay. I think he's going to get my deck of oppositions.
Does Gates go
He's
down?
worthy of this deck.
It's the same thing like when someone asked me about the Satan. There's a pin that comes in that balloon, and I
Mm,
can't predict the day. I can
yeah,
only predict that the balloon deflates. It
right.
goes into.
If the balloon pops at some point, it's just picking, a matter of when.
I think this goes into the end of the year and then a little bit after that,
Hmm.
maybe even into March or something.
I feel with these cards, I feel like he may get reelected, but it's only going to be temporary till he's taken down. Because he does have a celebration looming, and this is like winning that battle, for the vote. But something is definitely coming up. He's definitely being looked at by an investigator right now. There's multiple people involved with this. They have a lot of evidence and a lot of people working together. I think Joel Osteen definitely probably threw quite a few of them under the bus. Um, I had a couple cards fly out when I was shuffling, and we have the Nine of Swords and the Sun card. So he's very nervous about what's to be revealed here shortly. It's just a matter of time of when this happens.
It's a matter of time.
We have the Moon in the past, so all those dark deeds that he's done. And then there is something coming up. It probably has to do with January 6th thank you so much, Jay Roberts. Something with January 6th. I think that that's going to be his final blow. Because we have his love affair with Trump, the lovers and Trump. And here's that fighting going on. So them all kind of turning against each other. And a lot of problems stemming from Trump in his future.
Yeah,
I've
I
always
totally
picked up
agree.
with, the January 6th. There's going to be quite a few people in the House, and I think a couple in the Senate that are going to go down from it.
Yep, I totally agree. And this could go from March to June. I mean, it's just
Mhm.
going to be the turn of the year, and that we get that 3 or 4 months, and then
Yeah.
all the way through to Gemini. So it isn't going to be really quick, but there it comes, and
Mhm.
there it is. I mean, it's definitely, and his money and the campaign will only be able to put it off for so long, and then it hits.
Yeah, I think that it really starts to hit after the midterms, and I do feel like I don't know what his district looks like, but I feel like it's pretty red.
Oh, it's totally red, and he's up
Yeah.
against Rebecca Jones. The scientist that that DeSantis had put in jail because she wouldn't rig the numbers on the board of the COVID numbers. So she made
Oh
her
wow.
own COVID board, and then she had to go to jail anyway. So there's gonna be a huge that's gonna be a huge thing because she's running against Matt Gaetz and Sterling,
Yeah.
Linda Sterling. He says that Rebecca Jones is going to beat Matt
Oh, I
Gaetz,
hope
which
so.
I can't even fathom how that would happen in Gates' district because
Mhm.
it's so red. But
Yeah.
you want to read? Do you want to see if Rebecca Jones is gonna?
Sure.
That's gonna be really crazy. Okay, is she gonna beat? Will she be successful at beating Gates? Because Sterling was matter of fact. He's like, okay, and congratulations, Rebecca Jones. What?
Yeah, let's throw some cards on it and see. I definitely feel like it's an uphill climb though in that district, but
Will Rebecca Jones beat Matt Gaetz?
I guess she's working very hard. Ooh. All right. This is interesting what I got.
Okay, what do you got?
So at the bottom of the read, working very hard, getting that money in, we have the Seven of Swords crossed by the Tower moment. Now, I don't think that this is for her. I think the sneakiness is coming from Gates, and there is going to be that Tower moment, that moment of implosion. Because above, we have feeling left out and in the cold. At the bottom, at the root of my reading, I got the Sun, which is a yes. And then in the future, she's coming through as the Queen of Rods, envisioning her future, and then the Temperance card. So it's a little, I feel like there is that big tower moment. I think that there's definitely potential with this. And at the root of the reading, I have a yes with the Sun. But I
Wow.
feel like maybe be patient with it, because obviously you know that they'll throw a fit and say that it was rigged and there was cheating. So it might be something that actually needs like recounted. But we have the Queen of Rods in the future, so it could be very possible. What are you getting?
There may be a recount, but I don't think she gets it. I think the greed's in control.
Yeah.
And there may be a recount, but I don't.
But there is something coming out before midterms with these two cards.
Yeah, maybe she gets something else, but
Yeah.
I don't think she gets this over. Something happens here. I don't know what happens, but it isn't. When that's the outcome, I don't.
Yeah.
So, I would love for her to get it.
Yes.
But that's not what
I don't know who she is, but I think anybody would be better than him.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Christine. All right. So do you have any questions that you want to read on, or I have quite a few starred here.
Yeah, go for it. I already asked mine.
Okay. So I don't know if you're comfortable reading this. I don't know if I'm picking up the 24th, but I'm definitely. Indictments are coming for Trump here very soon. I feel like even before midterms. It could happen. It feels like any time now or beginning of October. And Trump's aware of this. I feel like the whole going down to D.C., he was tipped off that indictment's coming very soon and trying to get a strategy together, get that group of people on the same page. But I also feel like there is a plan to start that incitement again. Now, I am not feeling anything like January 6th happening again. I think it's being watched very, very closely, but I definitely feel like they're up to something. Do you want to take a look and see if we can pick up if they're up to anything or what their plan is? Maybe see if we can pick up anything with that.
Yeah. Incitement for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah.
For incitement for violence.
Yes.
From the Cube.
And he just had a rally here in Ohio.
Oh my God, it was crazy. Did you see it?
I didn't watch it, but I heard where they were like doing like the QAnon music.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, he knows it's dropping here soon, and he's getting his base riled up.
He's had the pin on. He's playing the music. They're where one goes, we all go one. Yeah. It's really tough for. Thank you, Aries Wanderer. It's tough for a lot of Jewish people, a lot of people that have gone through. It's just tough for people because they recognize this. This is a form of behavior.
But I feel like there's another big event coming up too that's really gonna. I think that if the election was held today, the midterm election, I think that it would be very kind of close. I feel like they're pretty close with like their enthusiasm levels, the Republicans and the Democrats. There's something else happening before the election that really people realize how dangerous this guy is, and that these Republicans aren't going to win because of it.
I think they get it to a certain extent. I don't think they understand that this is just really about money, to get their money. I'll promise you all these things to get your money here. But they're thinking in this creative way that there can be this different world, that there can be this different beginning or ending. But I don't know, it's like wishing upon a star. It's like wishing upon a star. They're like nuts. They're just out
they're brainwashed. It's a cult.
Yeah. But they don't get it. I mean, they're truly, Kevin, they're out there. I mean, you can't reel them back. They're out there so far. You can't.
Right.
There isn't any way to reel them back in.
It's actually very, very sad when you feel into that energy of just how out there they are. They are completely brainwashed. There's no telling them anything different. Like was telling you before, we were joking about it. Um, before we know it, something's going to happen on September 21st or 24th. They're saying, and then Trump will be put back into office October 1st, and then we'll all come October 1st, and Biden will still be our president. They're just very delusional.
Yeah, but they keep like promising them something that it's further down the road, like the carrot,
Hmm.
carrot, carrot, but it just continues down the road. But they just keep going after it.
Yeah.
They really believe it. It's like in the Bible in the end of days where the disbelief in the evil, that it will just be, pray that you aren't deceived, because
Hmm.
they're so deceived. They're just completely captured by whatever the trickster, the false knight, says. And then they just keep going down the road. Didn't matter that John F. Kennedy didn't show up. It didn't
Right.
matter. It didn't matter that any of those dates that happened then didn't happen. And then they go forward, and then nothing else is happening. And then they just keep going. So they just keep going. So this is going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Do you
It's
think
going to be a
they're going to
while
bring
too.
violence?
Do I what?
Do you think they're going to bring violence?
I am feeling that they're going to definitely try it. Like I said, I don't feel like anything like January 6th, they will retreat because they are all being watched very, very closely. But here's that deal that Trump is making with them. That partnership. There, we have the Seven of Swords up above, so they're definitely up to something, planning something, scheming something, and they're intending for it to be a battle with this Nine of Wands below. Now, I feel like something might happen with this Ten of Swords in the future, but I get that ultimately they will retreat. With this Eight of Pentacles, their hard work doesn't pay off. They will have to retreat in the end. And I do feel like the DOJ and Garland is really watching things on social media really, really closely. Um, they probably already know of some things that they're planning. They're definitely planning something.
Yeah, I get they're definitely planning, but um, I feel that even some of the like oath creepers
Yeah.
and peanut butter boys, they're gonna try to talk to them and say, "Hey, look, you're gonna go to jail if you do this. You're gonna go to jail." There's gonna be some talk about,
Yeah.
if you do this. I mean, you can have this goal, but if you do this, there's going to be ramifications. And
It's interesting too, because as you're saying this, I don't feel like as many people are going to show up for this as what happened for January 6th. There'll be some, but it's not going to be. A lot of people have lost their faith in Trump. Um, sorry, dropped a card. A lot of people have lost their faith in Trump, especially with how he handled the people that January 6th. He didn't have their back or you know really do a whole lot for them. A lot of them are in jail right now. So is jail worth it to fight for Trump? It won't be for a lot of people. For some, I think they're still crazy enough to do it. But
okay, I got to turn the fan on. Go ahead. Ask the
all
next
right,
question.
let's see.
What's the next question?
Well, somebody was saying many have said they don't see King Charles being king for long, turning things over to William. Do you think that has something to do with his and Camilla's supposed love child in New Zealand? I don't think that's the reason why. Um, I do feel like there is something. I'm not going to really. I don't really feel comfortable getting into it. But no, there's something there that's going to happen. And I don't know. I don't feel like King Charles is really in the best health either.
I don't think he wants to do this.
Mm,
I mean, I feel like he, waited his whole life to do this, and now he's, got all these other things that he's interested in climate change and everything, and now it's
yeah.
shift back to all of these things, and I don't think he's in shift. I don't think
Well,
he
I think
likes
he
it.
had an idea of what it would be like being king, and actually, as king, it's not going to be what all he thought it would be. I feel. Um, and it would be one thing I think if people really loved him over there, but I don't feel people really care for him or he's beloved. I do feel like there is some scandals coming out. Um, and I just feel like he's just gonna get to the point too where he's just like, I'm over this. That's what I've kind of felt.
Okay, well, let's just see if he sticks with it or gives it up. I think he's going to give it up, but let's see.
Yeah, I feel like maybe a year or two tops. I really don't feel like it's going to be something. He's not going to have a long reign.
Stay with being king.
Oh yeah, and I saw that too. Lynn says sausage fingered. He was struggling to move something off of his table like a piece of paper because his thumbs and hands were so swollen.
Somebody else said, I think, did Linda G say that? I didn't see his hands are swollen or something. I don't know.
I saw a video of it. I think Linda did bring that up.
Yeah.
But I saw the video that I think she was talking about, and he did struggle to kind of get it off the table or move things.
God, well, if they saw my face and my hands and my neck, they'd say, oh, she's done. She's cooked. No, he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to do this. There's some things about this,
Yeah.
these duties that he just doesn't want to do. And he wants to be somewhere else. He likes to be in one of the other castles or one of the other places.
Oh, that's interesting. I got that too.
Yeah, here comes the kid. No, the kid gets it.
William?
Yeah, he's going to give it to him. He's going to give it to the kid. He's not going to.
Yeah.
No.
I think the energy feels very kind of stuck and restricted. What I'm getting, he really did. I feel like he did really want this. There was that love for it, and he really wants to be that hierophant, that leader for the people, coming in as the king of rods. But he's at a crossroads, so there's a decision to make. Now, I do have the devil in his past, leading to something that makes him feel very restricted in the future. So I feel like there is a big scandal coming out that I think probably has to do with Meghan and Harry. I'll leave it at that.
There can be with something with kids when these two pages here.
Yes.
There can be with the little secret going on there with the high priestess, but
I get that ultimately he's going to head into a new direction. And then at the bottom of my deck, it's going to be the waters are going to be very turbulent for him, and he's going to want to go into some calmer waters. It's too much. It's very overwhelming for him to be king with all of the scandals and probably all the bad publicity that he's going to get. Yeah, I feel like that is why he's like, it's not even really worth it.
yeah, there's just something else he's gonna. I just don't see him with this very first card. I just don't see him being aligned with that energy.
I think that's why a lot of people have maybe said too that they didn't see Charles as king. So it was like, okay, maybe that possibility changed a little bit, where he'll maybe be king for a very short time. But I feel like the monarch is going to go in such a different direction when William's king, because I just feel like he's beloved. He's going to kind of break down the structure of the monarchy, kind of break it down so it's a lot more simple. They don't hold all this wealth, because really they are kind of just a symbol. I mean, they're not they don't have that power that they used to have, like that control and power of running all those countries. So they are kind of like just like that symbol, and should they be making all of this money and off the taxpayers when they're not really, they're just in the public eye. So I do see a lot of changes with the monarchy in the next few years when
Yeah,
we'll.
I'm not sure about Kate's health either, because there's something not quite right there.
I don't know if I'm picking that up, but I don't really follow them all that well either, or that much. All right. Yeah, I haven't. It feels weird that I haven't been on in like 2 weeks.
I know, me too. But I'm still,
Like missing all of
but
this news.
even now, I'm like, I'm trying to figure it all out. But I've been
Yeah.
watching it, but I've
Mhm.
just been in a fog, like so sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially when you have that like kind of head cold too, it's just kind of like, you're not processing things like you normally would, or like retaining them. You're there, but it's I was definitely very much like that too, like all that head cold. All right. Sweetie Darling Lulu says, will AG Garland have a face-to-face with Trump? I don't think it's going to be face-to-face, but I do see after the indictments, I do think he will go out and brief the American people. He's not going to tell us everything, but, he's going to have to make a statement about indicting the former president.
Because Trump basically gave him a threat last week. A very thinly laced threat. If that happens, there's going to be the unrest like no one's ever seen before. Like no one's ever seen anything like he's done ever before. Okay. All right. Will Merrick Garland and Trump meet face to face? Hope Merrick Garland has a gas mask on. Sweetie Darling Lulu. Okay, overall, I'm getting that they will meet in a courtroom.
Yeah.
That they will see each other in the courtroom. But I don't know before that.
I think when I read on Trump last time, I got this Queen of Rods coming in, and I'm not sure who this woman is that has to do with. Oh, maybe it's that judge, Cannon.
Oh God.
Because again, obviously, she's trying to slow things down. Yeah, there's announcement coming with this judgment card. It could mean something face to face. They're definitely in for a fight. Trump's delusion, probably incitement, and being unbalanced is going to lead to some surprises for us. Good news. But I have the Two of Swords at the bottom of the deck, so it's kind of like it could mean like the two swords kind of face off a little bit, or things just kind of feeling very stuck at the moment. There's a lot of uncertainty with this. But yeah, definitely a battle coming in, and Garland will make that announcement to the world. What are you getting?
I get that's what's going to happen. I get that there's going to be a brawl. There's going
A
to be a
brawl. Yeah, I had the five.
courtroom brawl.
Too.
There's going to be drama, 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 and it's going to be with the Queen of Justice.
Okay, so you're getting a woman too.
I am getting a yes. Yeah.
That's right.
It's going to happen. May not happen very fast. May not happen very fast. But it's going to happen.
I feel like he's acting. I feel like he will act quickly, but them actually having that face to face and talking that's not going to happen for a while.
No, and then when I don't know if Trump is going to. For a long time, I got that he would go to Dubai. Like he would just get on a plane and go to Dubai. But I don't know if he's going to do that any longer. I haven't read on that recently, if he'll stay.
Okay.
But for the longest time, I got that's where he would just go. He would flee.
Don't you feel like there's so many eyes on him, though? I don't think he would be allowed to leave.
You want to read on if he'll flee or if he'll stay?
I definitely have picked up that I feel like that might be a backup plan for him. Like when crap really hits the fan, like just getting out and going. But I feel like he's being watched because the DOJ and Garland knows he's a flight risk.
Okay. Let's see if he'll flee. If Trump will flee the United States. Yes or no? I thought he was trying it the other day when he did that DC thing in his cleats.
Yeah, there was definitely something. I actually had a vision a while ago. I definitely felt like he was arrested, and it kind of reminded me of the DC trip because I felt like he was at an airport. He had his hands behind his back, and was walked to a black SUV, and so it was kind of a similar vision to what happened. But I don't know if that's. I don't think that was it. But something significant happened.
Now, Linda had that. I think Linda had that a very similar vision. Yeah, so you guys had a very similar vision.
Yeah.
Which happened?
I saw that when they raided Mar-a-Lago. I've been saying it for a while. I definitely
felt it first
coming. But yeah, I felt that for a while. Yeah, I know. Sterling says that he would flee.
Oh, Sterling did?
That Trump would flee to a different.
I always saw that he would flee, but I always thought it would be Dubai, but I'm thinking it's more Israel now. I'm still getting. He's thinking about it. There's a trick secret. Someone he gave money to. But he really doesn't want to. He really wants to stay here. He really, really, really wants to stay here. But he is thinking about it. So it isn't, he has this pathway where there's money already spent in this. Yep, there you go. And he can just go there because he already spent the money. But he is the elite little spoiled entitled kid that doesn't want to go anywhere else, and you should just give me what you should just give me, and I just do what I want to do.
Right.
In the end, I don't think he wants to go, but he may. I'm going to say he tries.
Yeah.
I'm going to say he tries, and he takes a trip before he gets in trouble. That's what I'm going to say.
I have very similar kind of cards, and like in his past, yes, he's definitely been looking for help overseas. It's definitely been something that he's thought of because of those deals that he's made with wealthy countries or those partnerships, and has been thinking about taking this new journey. But in his future, he's got heartache. So I don't think. Yes, he may have planned it, but I don't think that it will come to fruition. And then also too at the bottom of my deck, I feel like we have Garland coming in, and the next card I have is the Page of Swords. So I feel like Garland would be tipped off if he tried to do this. But it's definitely a plan I think he has had if things get really bad. I just don't know if he would be successful with that trip.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. Okay. What's the next question?
All right.
It's starting to thunder up over here.
Right? Oh, are you getting warm?
We're so grateful that we're not having Hurricane Fiona.
Yeah. Oh, and yeah, we definitely all need to send a lot of prayers and a lot of healing energies for those affected by the hurricane. But also, there was a bad earthquake in Mexico and Taiwan, so there's a lot of earth activity. I had a bad feeling about Fiona when I was looking at the hurricane list, but then I think the next hurricane name is Gaston, and I had a really, really bad feeling when I saw that name.
Looks like it's going to go into the Gulf.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they don't know, but that's always scary. But yeah, so Gaston, he's a character in Disney anyway, right? He's always the big, the big macho guy.
Yeah.
Gaston.
Yeah, I had a bad feeling about that, and Fiona didn't sound right. Now, I did feel a lot of flooding in the Gulf from a storm, but I also felt one going off the Atlantic and hitting up in like the Carolinas, and that was going to cause a lot of flooding too. So I'm glad that Fiona. I mean, it's horrible what's going on the trajectory, but I was thinking maybe it would hit the States, but I think they're saying it's going to go out.
It's going to be a fish. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Where are you located, Lori? Are you in Florida?
I'm in Southwest Florida, so I'm in the Gulf. But I'm way south. I'm an hour south of Sarasota. Do you know where Sarasota is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm an hour.
I haven't been, but yeah, I know that's up more on the Gulf side.
Right on the Gulf. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
We want to read on Georgia Attorney Blue. I feel good about Warnock. I know that the polling hasn't been the best for him recently. Like it's been really tight. I've always felt good about Stacey Abrams becoming governor too, and the polling for that, she's quite a bit behind in.
They're saying both are behind this morning. They're saying both are not good. So you want to see if Warnock is gonna win over Herschel Walker? How could you just not? I mean, oh God, I can't even talk about it.
I feel Warnock will win. I feel that pretty strongly, but I'll throw some cards on it.
Boy, there's just some hardcore football people that just want to put Walker in there.
Oh yeah, Warnock's got this. I feel pretty strong with that. But there is a tower moment coming up. I don't know if it's for Warnock. I feel like it's more for Republicans. But we have the magicians crossing him, so the master manifester. We have the lovers, so that partnership between him and the people. And in his future, he has the emperor. And he's got the fool. So continuing on in this journey. He's coming through as the king of wands too. So
you think that Warnock is going to win?
I feel Warnock will win.
Okay. I hope you are right.
Are you not getting the best
I
cards for
think
him?
that he's seen as the winner, but
Yeah.
this is my outcome card. So
Mm.
I don't think it looks so great for him. I hope you're right. I hope you're right and hope I'm wrong.
Well, you know what, too? I think right now the energies are so kind of like neck and neck. And the politics are kind of hard to read because there's things always changing. The energy's always kind of up and down. But I do feel like with that tower, I do feel something big happening to Republicans and Trump before the midterms that really is going to sour a lot of Democrats and independents to vote for the Democrats. Um, that's just my feeling.
Do you think it has to do with the immigrants or
I
something
think
else?
there's something big coming out. I
Something
think
else,
that January 6th.
like the Q thing?
That and also too, I think that January 6th, I think that they're going to start showing a lot of maybe the people in Congress that were associated with it, all the money, like Jenny Thomas, putting money into this. I really see a lot of things coming up from January 6th before the midterms.
Now that's going to be their next hearing date. I know we had to reschedule the Lena had her deck come out. We
Okay.
rescheduled. September 28th is going to be that hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that next Thursday.
Okay.
I don't know if they've announced the date yet, but I know that they said that there will be one at the end of September.
I think they've said the 28th. I don't know
Is
if
it?
they've said the time. I'm pretty sure they said the 28th.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like there's an October surprise for Republicans that's just not very good, I feel. Something's coming out right before midterms.
What do you think that is?
I think it has to do
You
with
think it's to
January
do with
6th.
the
I
January
do.
6th and the money? You think it
Mm-hmm.
is? Yeah. Okay. Do you want to take a look at that?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's go ahead.
What happens to the GOP in October? You said you think it's the GOP and the January 6th money trail,
Yeah.
Ginny Thomas.
Something big's coming out of January 6th. I mean, I think it's a multiple things too. Like I feel like that indictment of Trump, stuff coming out about Trump too is going to play a fact, but I do feel like something big's coming out of January 6th as well.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's about everybody that banded together and the messaging and the messages and the Secret Service messages and all of the texting and the emails. Oh yeah, it's about the plot.
The plot, yeah.
The plot, the planning, the goal, the texting, the messages. Yeah, it was about the plot. What are we going to do? The text. It was like they were behind the walls looking and like, what's the next step? Let's get together, plan this, and here's the messaging, and here's the, you're 100%.
I feel I have the High Priestess, so those hidden agendas that they had, I see coming out. We have the Magician. I think bringing out these secrets. It's something that Republicans, I think that they've kind of slowed this down so that it would come out right around midterms.
Yeah.
The money that was probably funding it. I have the Nine of Pentacles. Now, normally I feel like there's going to be 9 people probably in the Congress, 9 people involved that are going to have this tower moment coming up in the future.
You think it's 9?
I think it's around 9. And then, yeah, a lot of burdens and obstacles to overcome because of this upheaval. Yeah, something's definitely coming out with January 6th.
Yeah, and I think because I have both the world card and the other world card,
Yeah,
that it's going to extend to like maybe Orban and Putin
dark money.
and some further things. What bigger? Think bigger.
Yeah.
More worldly than what we understood. It's going to be about money and tickets that were paid and things that much larger than what we understood.
Do you feel like it might have been? I think it was around like the 4th of July when a bunch of GOP senators went to Russia.
Oh yeah, absolutely. With this,
Maybe that.
I mean, these are the two world
Mhm.
cards. I mean, that's it. That's the only two.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like think larger, think bigger, think worldly. It's
All that dark money from Russia and the world funding the Republican Party.
yeah, that's like with that picture where there was Jill Stein and
Mhm.
Flynn and all of them sitting at the table. Remember that picture?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think? What are they there for their shrimp cocktail? I mean, come on. Right?
Right.
Please. They
Oh,
didn't go
right.
all the way there for that.
I agree. All right, let's look at this will probably be the last question because we've been on for
Okay.
almost an hour. Um, if Judge Raymond Dearie rules against 45, will Judge Cannon overrule Dearie? I feel with the special master, I I don't know why Trump picked him because I see this man as very fair, and I don't think that just because Trump picked him that he's going to you know, act like he's bought and paid for. I don't feel it at all. I feel like he's actually a respectable, honorable man. I mean, he might be a little bit more conservative, but I've always felt that it will get appealed. But I also felt like the court's going to get moved to D.C. I don't know how you feel. Like
Well,
Judge Cannon won't
Trump
rule.
picked him because he favored that paper by the one oh my god, the one agent that went askew. Um Help me guys. Uh Anyway, he picked him because of that.
Hmm.
And I don't know.
I
Let's see.
definitely feel like he's a conservative. Like that's just like the energy that I pick up from me. I could be wrong, but I do feel like he would do the right thing, and like he would look at this and see how important this investigation is because it's national security risk.
Will Drury do the right thing? He Carter Page. So he backed the Carter Page thing, when they were looking into the FBI
I
thing.
remember the name. I don't remember who Carter Page is, but I remember
Yep.
hearing the name.
Oh, yep.
Lawyer?
GoFundMe. Yep. Carter Page. Thank you. So he's into the far right. So I don't
Mhm.
know if we can if Drury. Let's see if Drury will. What do you want to ask? If Drury will do the right thing?
Yeah.
Will Judge Drury do the right thing? I don't know. He was all up in that Carter Page thing. Let's see. There's some things he just won't look at. I don't want to look at it. You can't make me look at it. You don't make me look at it. I don't want to
Mhm.
hear it.
It's really interesting because I feel like I'm pulling more of Judge Cannon's energy in my throw because I keep getting women and kind of being bought and paid for. With him, though, the energy crossing the read is the sun, so that's a yes, he would do the right thing. But we have Hangman, so maybe seeing things from a different perspective. Yes. This could also be trying to slow it down, which we know what Trump's goal is. But I don't think it's able to be slowed down because here he is charging full steam ahead. And then we have the Five of Wands, so it's going to be a bit of a battle, a fight. But then I get too, like, I feel like maybe Trump tried to bribe him as well.
Oh yeah, he's definitely going to try to bribe him. Definitely.
Yeah, I feel like he's definitely, if he hasn't already, he will try to bribe him.
I think this is a little bit more worldly stage than what this man is used to, and maybe because he's 80, he may just say, I don't want to do this.
Oh, interesting. And that's very much kind of like I was feeling like people were asking about the special master and everything, and I felt like I wasn't getting a strong hit on it. I felt like it would almost get moved to DC and like the special master wouldn't happen.
Yeah, he may just, I don't know. And then we have the eclipse, and then we have an eclipse November 13th, 14th, something like that. I can't remember. But we're in eclipse season, so this isn't his, he doesn't like this. I mean, all the way at the top, he does not like this.
You got two cards, him wanting to go away.
Yeah, so I don't think he chooses. I think he realizes that he could be judged and may decide I'm out.
That's true too. Karen says the 11th Circuit may shut the whole thing down.
Yeah, it could be just the time when, and it could be that he just gets into a lot of the paperwork and he's just like, this doesn't look good. I don't want to. I'm going to take the high road, right? The 8 of Cups, right?
Right, like rather than ruin his own reputation for Trump, he's just kind of like, okay, I'm out of here. Like I'm not doing this. This is too serious. I'm not getting caught up in this rabbit hole.
I think you're right. I don't think he wants to do it.
Yeah.
Weird. But it takes a while. Like he has to get into it to realize that he's in the sink mud, like in the sand. What do you call that? Quicksand.
Quicksand, yeah. I feel like he would do the right thing, though. I'm not. That's just intuitively what I pick up. I'm not getting like the Judge Cannon vibes from him. Although I'm sure somebody's tried to bribe him with money.
Of course they are. Yeah. All right. What else would you like to ask?
Would
you like to ask for
time for one more?
Your viewers what they want to know for the rest of the week, or
take a look at the energy for the rest of the week.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to be another breaking news week. I don't know about you.
Everyone needs to really take care of their health. If that's one thing I've learned big time. Like everybody.
I had my members group last night, and I do like collective reads for the members, and all of my like pick a pile for like weekly energy. I was getting that message where like this is the week to kind of take a step back. I wouldn't make any big decisions this week. It's a time to kind of rest and recharge. The energy is all over the place. Thank you so much, Summer.
I think there's going to be another earthquake. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, very active right now.
All things government.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be a little bit of a rough week. I'm getting a lot of people are really anxious right now, really nervous, having hard time sleeping. And there's almost kind of like boredom, discontent, sadness. Being focused on one thing when there's multiple things, there's multiple opportunities that you're missing. I do feel like there is going to be a whistleblower, some big news coming out this week. I have Page of Swords ahead. I got instantly pulled to like something with Ukraine and Russia too. Something coming out this week is what I'm feeling, because I have the Two of Swords with the World card and some sneakiness. So something being exposed about sneakiness in the world, and feeling like they're at a crossroads a little bit.
Yeah, about the battle itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the places where that took place. So
yeah,
there'll be more news about that.
But yeah, I'm getting a strong message to just kind of try to take it easy this week, because it does feel like it's almost a very overwhelming kind of week, and I think it has to do with what's going on in the world and the politics, but also I think the universal energy, I think, is like almost like energetic whiplash, like back and forth. A lot of empaths may have a hard time sleeping, almost like full moon energy. Some people are really.
I think you're right. Definitely, I think you're right. Just
Page of Swords is Archangel Michael too, and there's that connection with Ukraine.
Yeah, maybe, and then just trying to focus on the spiritual side of life, or focus on learning something.
Yeah.
Just listening to something that can help you, because this Trump thing is just going to get worse. It's just going to get worse.
There's no good days left for Trump, I feel.
But this week it gets worse. Like he's just going to go into the even more. I'm not paying attention. I don't. No. It's just going to get worse. And then after that, I think, we get somewhere. I think it's like 8 weeks. And everyone says, "Oh, nothing's going to happen before midterms." I don't think that's so. I think there's going to be something that happens.
Something is happening before midterms. I feel that very strongly. I feel like it could happen tonight. Like Trump is indicted.
He's in big trouble. He's just not. He's going to tell everyone that he isn't, but he is. So I don't know when they're going to announce that he is, but something is going to happen.
You know that he's scared because he's recently really started to ramp up getting that incitement and planning something big.
Oh, yeah, and the Q.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can just feel it. Something, he's definitely planning something, and because he knows that this indictment's going to happen. And what all does he really have left? I mean, I guess he can incite violence to try to scare people away, but it's not going to work.
Well, he can't get the Peanut Butter Boys and the other ones because they're all indicted. I mean, he can't get them, so he's got to go with the Q people. Right.
All right.
Oh,
well, thank you so much for reading with us today. I had so much fun having you on my channel. We'll have to do this again.
It's been my pleasure. It's really starting to ramp up the thunder, so it's good that we're getting finished. Thank you so much. I hope you continue to feel well.
Yes, you too.
Thank you. It was so great to see everyone. Oh my goodness, it's so great to be back.
Isn't it just so amazing? Like, just connecting with everybody in the community and all the love and support that they have.
Yeah, they're our family.
It really makes the hard times a lot easier, when you have all that love. You can really feel it.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Kevin. And then you'll come on my channel soon.
Yes, I would love to.
Okay. All right.
All right. Take care, everyone. I'll probably be on with Mel later, so I'll see you all then.
Oh, okay, great. I'll have to catch you there.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.